It is truly an honor to speak to you. I have deep admiration for what you are doing with your profession right now. And I think maybe the place to jump in, you've been very open about your own mental health journey along the way. Could you bring listeners up to speed with what led you to this place?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my journey started in one of America's horrendous and worst places, and that's from a jail cell. My mother was incarcerated when giving birth to me in Newark, New Jersey, and it was a part of how I got here, my first part of life. And she was incarcerated there for a crime, and throughout my life, I would experience trauma and also juvenile revisited. Incarceration through juvenile offense, and going through childhood trauma and undiagnosed depression, I realized, coming from a family line of individuals impacted by severe mental illnesses and poverty, that my life trajectory was very slim to being successful, and that's a part of my journey and who I am. And again, I think that I've been very open about talking about my own journey because it really truly allows us to become our best selves. When we really confess, you become your best, and that's one thing that we do at the Confess Project is really, center our mental health and well being in the same way we do with communities.
I think there's a lot of different communities that have stigma around mental health. But clearly, as I mentioned in the show's open, one study showed that 63% of African Americans believe that mental health condition is a sign of a personal weakness. Only 1 in 3 Black adults who need mental health care receive it. So clearly, there's a need for this. And what made you see? Was there an aha moment where you realized the barbershop is the place to be able to get those confessions?
Yeah, I grew up there as a kid. My aunt owned a beauty salon for about 25 years, and I realized that, going there as a kid, I saw so many women and men lives be transformed just by the conversations that they had there with their stylist or barber. And so that really did a lot for me. That did a lot for me growing up, seeing that, having that barber there, that was one of the only few barbers there to really help transform my life. Going after school and having him motivate me to stay on the right track, get good grades, and being a stand up, young person right there will help ultimately become a man. That really empowered me into knowing that that childhood memory could become a reality and a revolution in what the Confess Project is doing across the United States in many communities.
I mentioned in the show open the historic importance and significance of the Black Barbershop as a place for not only community gathering but also political activism and a whole host of other issues. When I get a haircut, it's maybe a 20-minute in and out. It's a fast operation. I don't know the barber well other than the small casual chit chat we make. Could you give us a sense when you say that you went into the barber shop and would have these extended conversations as a child? Give us a sense, paint the picture of what that community gathering space is like.
Yeah, so as a kid, I would, 2:45 in the afternoon, I would get off there. I would remember swinging that brown wooden door and walking there into the checkered floor and, the, small lobby there with the TV on and, people sitting there waiting to get their hair done and get their hair cut. And it was about 4 or 5 stylists and one barber, and just going in there and plopping down on the sofa and really starting to talk about my day to the women that were there waiting to get their hair done, or those who were in the chair, watching the men that were coming there to at that time get a curl or get a hot top fade, and really watching people unveil. People lose folks to death or crime, pouring their emotions out there in the chair, people comforting them right there, people coming in, getting that new job. Man, I got a new job. I'm excited. Be able to take care of my family. I get a good raise. And, watching those barbers and stylists empower each other, watching them empower their clients, that was really powerful. And so that is a natural transaction that happens. It just happens with a natural ability. It's very organic. And as I grew older to realize, I started working in the behavioral health system. I realized how broken of a 60-year-old system we really needed to figure out how to reimagine and help it to work better in serving cultural identities. And I thought about my aunt's beauty salon. I thought about those same transactions. I thought about what if we could have them to be, therapists and help them to be advocates, and those of being a leader. They're already close with shavers, and they're the closest folks and besides our family that can get next to us with a razor. And that really empowered me to know that what if we can gauge them with the tools, and that really allowed me to just see the best in folks.
Thanks for watching this video clip of the Speak Good podcast. If you'd like to hear the complete episode, please check out your favorite podcast directory and subscribe now. Thanks for watching.